Hello and welcome to the Women Between Worlds podcast. I am your host, Sarah Wall, and let's get straight into this first episode with a huge welcome. I don't know how you found me, but I'm happy you're here. And this podcast of Women Between Worlds is an exploration into what it really means to be a woman alive right now. Right now, it's 2024, alive on this planet right now, in a body, in a world that is shifting and evolving so fast. In a culture, no matter where you live in the world, we're living in cultures that are also going through huge shifts and transformations, and then ourselves as individuals are going through these huge shifts and transformations. So during this podcast, I will be sharing my stories and we'll be getting into my story, my background and what's led me here, and to give you a taster before we get into the details. This time last year, I was going through a huge initiation, a huge transition in my life. And there were so many things happening at once. I was 44 years old. I already had two children and I was engaged to get married. And I was pregnant with another baby at 44 years old. And I left the UK and moved to Spain to begin an idyllic life, creating a retreat center, a community retreat center on a mountain, on the side of a mountain in the north of Spain. So, pretty idyllic life. And 2 weeks before I was due to get married, I left. I left my fiance. I left my life in Spain. I brought my two children back with me to the UK. And ever since then, Women Between Worlds has been three words that have been moving through my mind, my spirit, my body, so many times. And I've sat with this and I've journaled on this and I've meditated on this and I have asked my guides, I've asked my higher self, I've sat with the what does this mean? What does it mean, women between worlds? And this is what we're here to find out, right? Like, I am not here to define what it means to be a woman alive right now in the world right now. I'm not here to define it. I'm not here to tell you, but I'm here to explore it with you through my own stories, through my guest stories. One of my guests will be my own daughter, who's 19 years old. And there is so much wisdom, there is so much knowledge and so much joy as well to be shared through our stories, that I believe Women Between Worlds can be a space where we explore everything from our health, holistic health, spirituality, plant medicine. You're going to hear a lot, have a lot to share on plant medicine, relationships, motherhood, feminine leadership, being in business. What does that mean? And one of the reasons why I chose to make a podcast is because I see the online space shifting again, shifting, evolving, transforming. You're going to hear those words a lot, a lot. The online space is also moving so fast. It's not the same that it was even just a year ago or 2 years ago. Running an online business is not the same as it was 2 years ago. It's so different to 5 years ago. So we're experiencing all these shifts and it feels like they're coming so fast. And a lot of the work that I've been doing, a lot of the stories I will tell relate to slowing down, being present, moving through these transitions, taking the initiations and being able to move through it with and thriving, coming out at the other side of these initiations, having grown, thriving, enjoying life, right? The juicy stuff. Um, and on the way, we might find some challenges. On the way, we might have to dive into some trauma. We might have to explore some of our shadows. So there will be talk about shadow work. There will be talk around trauma, and there will be a lot of exploration around where do we go from here. And in the existing framework of social media platforms, I have found repeatedly a frustration of being able to authentically share. And I didn't want to add to the noise. I didn't want to add to the dopamine hits or the doom scrolling and all of the ways that these platforms have been created or operate at the moment to keep people in the platforms, to keep people scrolling. I just didn't want to add to that noise, but I really have so much to share. I have a lot to say, and I really feel that this is information that's going to be useful and helpful and hopefully enjoyable as well. We can make this fun. So I invite you to be really intentional with your time. Be really intentional with the information that you choose to expose yourself to and you choose to absorb. And there will be some episodes coming out over the coming days and weeks where we will go deeper. And I invite you to create some time to listen, whether that is doing the washing up. I love listening to a podcast while I'm doing the washing up or out for a walk, or just creating some space for yourself to sit down and make this part of make it sacred work, right? We'll also be exploring a lot like how we have lost touch with our sacred roots and how we can connect with those again and bring that into modern life. This is all about reimagining the future. This is all about bringing our ancient wisdom, our innate intelligence, our innate knowledge, the wisdom that exists within ourselves as women and all of humanity and beings on this earth, and bringing that through for modern day life, bringing that through for the future, and what kind of legacy we want to create and what do we want to leave for our children, whether you are a mother or not. What do we want to leave behind? So some kind of deep topics there you can expect to hear about on future episodes, and I'm so excited to have this space. Thank you so much for joining me and listening in to this very first episode. I can't wait to share so much more with you, so please do come and tune in to any of the future episodes that you feel drawn to. And you're so welcome here. I look forward to sharing so much more with you. Lots of love.